Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. I know this title. This is the title of a Smashing Pumpkins song. Actually, it was The End of the Beginning is the End. And then there was one that was like The End is the Beginning is the End. It was like a very weird like palindrome. You know how you spell Hannah forwards and backwards? It's the same. It was sort of the same with that. And we actually had a palindrome earlier this year that won't occur for like another few years. February 2nd, 2020. It was 0202-2020. My brain goes weird places sometimes. Hello, everyone. For those of you out there affected by the dreaded COVID-19,
aka
Or something stupid. Yeah, the symptoms of that are apparently like basically pneumonia. So guess what I happen to come down with?
dun, dun, dun,
At
dun.
just like the worst fucking time possible. Like to where I had to be like, oh God, it's happening. It wasn't happening, but I have pneumonia, so it's fun.
He's been tested. It's just pneumonia, but he's got all the necessary antibiotics and inhalers.
I don't have a fever, so
Yeah. That's
apparently like 80% of people who have COVID-19 have a fever, so it's like the first symptom to worry about. Basically, is if you have a fever.
also it's been here in like the last week or so. People started calling it COVID-19 instead of
It's
coronavirus.
because coronavirus is a specific like
It's a family of viruses.
and
Yes.
it includes SARS and MERS and some different ones. And
MERS.
so COVID-19 is the specific name of this coronavirus that is happening right now.
MERS.
The
MERS.
new-
That sounds like this. That's like the sound I make whenever I get knocked out. MERS.
Right.
This is the new hip member of the family.
COVID-19. Yeah. He's 19 and ready to mingle.
It's wearing a trilby hat and has a man bun.
You know what would have been
It's just
funny
like
actually?
you, Mikey. You just need a trilby hat.
Since they had names previously like SARS and MERS, and this was already like the coronavirus and was losing corona cells, it would be funny if they called this one Coors.
Or Dos Equis.
Yeah, but see, then the Coors stock would take a hit because everybody would be like,
Exactly.
oh no,
Oh
It's
no.
in-
Coors would have been like, you sons of bitches, why us too?
it's infected another beer brand. It's getting so bad.
You know who it could affect, or who you could name it after, and it really wouldn't affect because their beer sales suck anyway? Milwaukee's Best.
Oh,
Because everyone keeps talking shit about Milwaukee's Best. It's like, Milwaukee's Best tastes like crap. Then how are they still in business? They must be doing something right.
Yes, people in Milwaukee like it.
I guess. What if?
Like, this is literally the best we have to offer.
Yeah. What
Please
if?
take it.
What if actually the reason why Milwaukee's Best is still in business is because instead of Milwaukee buying all the beer, it's like some weird city like San Diego. San Diego's like a big fan of Milwaukee's Best, and Milwaukee is just like, yeah, sure, enjoy the beer, man. And we're just like, how in the hell are they drinking that much? I don't know. Don't ask any questions. Just keep selling it.
I kind of wanted it to be called the Jeffrey Epstein virus because it's
So
not
yeah,
going to
no one
kill
would
itself.
forget about it.
No, because it's not going to kill itself.
Oh.
We're having this conversation on an episode that won't be out for probably like 3 weeks. So
True.
We made
everything
that
we're saying could be completely irrelevant.
True. But
we have been going for a while. Maybe
yeah, let's just go ahead and
Cut.
start.
Yeah, let's watch
the-
my
Yeah,
Hero.
I'll cut part of that out.
Now, it's your turn.
The Nomu we captured are just as unresponsive as the last ones. They're basically mindless animals. We haven't gotten any new info from them.
And we haven't gotten any worthwhile information from the bar at all.
We're still looking into that, sir.
Even though we captured their boss, I'd have to say this whole thing was a draw.
Don't be stupid. Our country just lost the symbol of peace. All Might's weakened body has been exposed to the world. Our initial profile of Tomura Shigaraki described him as childish and prone to tantrums. But that's obviously changed. His plans are growing more strategic. He now appears to be focused on how he can mold our society. We have to be more proactive in apprehending villains. We are not just backup. It's time we implement changes.
The embers inside of me have been snuffed out. I won't just sit here. There's still something I must do.
Tomura Shigaraki, Shimura's grandson, yes?
The only proof we have of that is what All for One said.
It happened soon after Shimura's husband was killed. Concerned, she put her child in foster care to shield the youngster from the hero world. She told Toshinori and me that she didn't want us to have any contact with the kid, even if something terrible were to happen to her.
I must track Shigaraki down as soon as possible. I'll find him and then...
Then what? Give him a pat on the head? You're not looking at him like the villain he is anymore. That's dangerous. Fukuochi and I will investigate Shigaraki in the League without you for now. You stay at UA. You still have many responsibilities there. Even if you cannot be the symbol of peace that you once were, don't forget that All Might is still alive.
I was afraid something had happened to you. After you visited Mom, you stopped responding to my messages, so what was I supposed to think?
I'm sorry, sis.
Something tells me
He's been
Endeavor's
like that
pretty
ever
pissed.
since he came home.
Burning the whole house
A
down.
traditional Japanese house would be terrible for a fire-powered hero.
Right?
Well, I think
Not like
it's
this.
only traditional in
I
looks. I
should've
think
burned
Things must have been difficult for you too, but at least you're home.
Yeah.
Is it just me or does his mom keep getting thicker?
she was always like, except for in like the flashback scene, she was always like fairly like thick, thick.
Hey, where are you going? Dinner's ready.
Sorry, I can't. Are you okay?
It sure took you long enough.
Oh no!
Sis. You made a promise, but as it turns out, you can't keep your word. I'm officially retired as a pro. It's clear that my body isn't going to allow me to fight another battle. He's rushing in to try and help no matter what I tell you, destroying your body over and over. Yet back there, you managed to
You managed to save
rescue
Bakugo.
your friend without being injured or getting into a fight. I'm so proud of you. Let's keep working hard together.
Thank you.
I thought we agreed that you'd stop it with the waterworks.
Only a slight pain lingered on my cheek. I barely felt it, so I knew it was true.
As a citizen, a hero, and the principal, I cannot express how grateful we all are to you. However, given everything that's happened, there are many who do not believe you should continue as a teacher at UA. Nevertheless, I believe I know what we need to do to ease the concerns the public has expressed. We must strengthen the faith people have in the heroes we have left. We're going to implement a plan I've had in mind for a while. I'm counting on you to convince the students' families.
Oh,
All dorms and stuff.
I don't know.
they're
Sounds
having
pretty
them move onto
unfair
the
to me.
campus.
I'd like to assure you that this is not a matter of UA's pride. We've thought long and hard on the issue and believe this to be the best course of action. I hope that you'll give us the honor of continuing to teach Kyoka.
You should have heard my old man during All Might's fight.
My daughter's teacher is so hardcore, man! That battlefield is a stadium and he's knocking it down!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was crying.
Yoga, come on! Who's trying to act all strict and stuff for these
Chill,
dudes?
Dad.
You kidding? Hell yeah! Get this kid in a dorm room!
You hack! Hit me again and I'll kill you!
If you hadn't been you would have caused all that trouble!
Come on, you two. Please, no fighting. We don't want to frighten your teachers, do we?
Jeez.
Wow.
Family dynamic.
So, you're saying
mom's
you give
kinda
us
hot.
your consent?
Bakugo's mom's cool.
Oh, the
I like her.
Actually, we're grateful. I'm sure UA will face harsh criticism from some people. We still trust you, though, so we'll leave him to you.
Do you think he makes faces
Not
like
a lot
that
of
all the
parents
time?
that would be that way.
So he won't, because he looks like his mom when he doesn't.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so because
Because if he's not making horrible faces, he looks exactly like his mom. I
Yes.
wonder if he ever got made fun of as a kid for that.
yeah, it's like
Mom's a lot more smiley than he is.
Yeah, although he gets his aggressive streak from his mother because the very moment he was just like, "You hag, hit me again," he's like, "Who are you calling hag?"
Wow. Wow.
Look, I like his mom. His mom seems really cool. That's the first time I think we've seen her like fully.
I don't know.
If I was his friend, I would be the kind of friend that's like, dude, your mom's hot. And he'd be like, I'm going to kill you.
Shut the hell up, dude.
That's a
I
pretty,
had to deal with that all throughout freaking middle school and high school
That's
because
a-
my mom was the art teacher.
that's a pretty wacky family.
Yeah. I've never really done that to any of my friends, but I have told Chance his sister's hot before. Like, especially after that one weed commercial that was ran when we were kids where the guy's like, dude, your sister's hot. And the guy's like, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
I did that one day. I was like, dude, your sister's hot. And he's like, that's not cool. I was like, I'm glad you got the reference I was going for.
Yeah, my mom she was my art teacher in both middle school and high school. And when kids are growing up and they hit that golden stride of puberty, next thing you know, all the boys are just like, dude, your mom's hot. Like, dude, your mom's hot. And I'm just like, I will put an indentation in your face if you say that one more time.
Todoroki, though, I'll be doing that too, dude. Your sister's hot. That's not cool. The one with the white hair with the red streaks.
Oh, yeah.
I like her hair.
Well, yeah. Well, he's got a lot of siblings. I mean,
see, Todoroki would be like,
okay.
She doesn't have heat powers. What are you talking about?
She's got to have a little bit. She's got a little bit of red streaks in her hair. Like, she looks like she's like mostly ice with a little bit of fire.
Fire and ice.
I gotta know, what exactly is Deku to you?
He's my student, just like you. A fledgling hero with bright prospects. I'm sorry, young Bakugo, but I can't say any more than that.
Damn it, Katsuki! The police said not to go wandering off by yourself!
If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Oh, and thank you.
Holy shit.
I heard you!
He actually said thank you.
Wow.
Please come on inside. We're so honored.
Thank you.
I can't believe All Might is in our home.
Be cool, Mom. It's totally fine.
Such a fanboy.
It's got to be a little weird.
And I won't allow it.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yesterday you said...
I've thought about it since then, and I've changed my mind. My child just keeps getting hurt. Look at his arms. He can't keep this up. One fight, one villain, and he might never use them again. As a regular citizen, I'm so thankful for your bravery. But as a mother, I was terrified. Izuku wants to be just like you. But if he follows your path, his future will be filled with blood. I can't take it anymore.
I shouldn't have been surprised. I'd been ignoring my mother's feelings for so long.
Wait.
Izuku!
I'm pretty sure his shirt says dress shirt.
This must be heartbreaking.
His shirt right there?
Yeah.
Any people who can, like, confirm the kanji out there.
Well, that's katakana, it's not kanji.
Or, katakana, sorry. Anyone out there who can
I don't know as many
confirm the katakana.
katakana as I do hiragana.
I'm pretty sure it says doresu shatsu.
Doresu
like
shatsu.
dress shirt.
Huh.
Could be, which is funny because it's not a dress shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, wait, what? Okay.
It doesn't have to be UA.
Whoa, those eyes.
Here, look at this. You too, All Might. I got a letter at the hospital. It's from the boy I saved at the training camp. It made me feel like a real hero. I was so happy.
I see.
I know who I'm meant to be, and that's what I'll train for!
You are not just an aspiring hero following in my footsteps. You are on your own path toward greatness.
I'm afraid I
Whoa.
haven't been upfront, ma'am. Please allow me to try again. I believe that young Izuku is the right person to succeed me. That is, he is my choice to become the world's next symbol of peace.
What are you saying, All Might? What is this?
It's an apology. As the one who held that title, I allowed myself to remain his hero rather than giving my all as his teacher. I'm sorry.
The heroes at UA know that things can't continue as they've been. We're committed to ensuring the safety of our students from here on out. Together we will go beyond. I will lift him up. And I will protect your son, even if it costs me my life.
Damn. That's a promise.
I can't. I mean... You are Izuku's reason for living. I want Izuku to be safe and happy. All Might, don't give up your life. He needs you. If you can promise me you'll do that, then he can return to UA.
I promise.
Damn.
Izuku, if you're going to go back to this school, you have to be so careful.
Of course! I won't make you worry!
Take good care of my boy.
Damn.
Now, if this for real life, she'd be like, Mr. All Might, please get out of my floor. I didn't have time to mop.
It'd be hilarious if, like, after he was just like, I promise. Just, like, spew blood all over it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, never mind. Just making sure that there's no... Okay, yeah, okay. Tartarus.
I lost to you, All
Ooh.
Might. The struggle I put up was truly pitiful. But it is you who failed in the end. A teacher's job is to help his student become independent. When a student relies on a master and that master disappears, the student's hatred grows, allowing him to walk the path of a true leader. Shigaraki, take all this experience, loathing, and regret, and use it as you move forward. Now, it's your turn.
Damn. Okay. So, All Might just pretty much bared his soul and said, even if it costs me my life, I will protect him, which is... That's a hell of a thing to say.
It almost has.
And she was like, don't give up your life, but
yeah,
keep him safe.
Well, I mean, he didn't really, like, spell it out in so many words, but he basically told her that, you know, Deku is going to be the replacement for All Might. I mean...
Yeah, effectively.
And, I mean, it's like, to say something like that and then to, like, know, like, her son didn't have a quirk until, you know, basically the end of middle school, you know, it's kind of like, well, he didn't have a quirk until he started hanging out with All Might.
I don't
what's
think
wrong with that?
I don't think that she's completely stupid to the idea of that. Maybe she thinks there's something else to it, but I think eventually she'll learn about it, as I think most of the characters will, because I think it's going to be a gradual thing. I think eventually it's a lot like how All Might was, and I think it's something that's unavoidable, because the better Deku gets, the more unavoidable it's going to be for the comparison to him and All Might. Mm-hmm. And then people are eventually just going to be like, so, wait a second. If this kid's the new All Might, and All Might trained him, maybe there was something there. And then people are going to... Like, it wouldn't take much for people to investigate and find out that Deku not only did not spawn a quirk until end of middle school, but he also does not have the extended digit in his foot, because that's the thing. That's the other thing that determines it. You remember at the very beginning at the very beginning of the show, they showed like an X-ray of his foot, and what determines if you have a quirk, if you are quirkless fully or not, is if the bone structure in your foot does not include like an extra digit on your exterior toe, like on your, I think it's like your pinky toe. Like how normal humans have 2 digits on there.
Right, that sounds disgusting.
For them it's 3. Well, no, and I thought that too. I thought it was like, ooh, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't remember
basically having like an extra knuckle on your pinky toe or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. But that's like the evolutionary science that they put behind it. And overall, I think people are going to do the research and they're just going to put 2 and 2 together and just be like, maybe All Might gave the kid his power. Is there a way for us to get this power? And maybe that could be something that could be used against him in the future. I mean, I don't know. Because the world's changing, man. I mean, and now the symbol of peace is effectively retired.
He did also say that you have to be willing to give that power up. So,
yes.
They can't like try to steal it.
Well, here's one thing about it. All the people that Deku knows that he cherishes. It's like, will you be willing to give up the power if it can save the life of someone that you love?
Yeah, like if they hold somebody hostage.
Yeah, if they hold his mother, or if they hold All Might in his current form, or
the other student,
or any other, like Ochako, Yaoyorozu, Todoroki, Bakugo. I mean, any of them. Deku,
which has been passed down quite a few times without this situation happening, supposedly.
Yes, supposedly.
So
I mean, it might be impossible. I mean, if it's like, like if you give a testimony under duress, where it's like, I mean, it can be thrown out.
It's inadmissible. Yeah.
I mean, so it's like,
maybe it's the same thing.
If your body registers a bunch of stress hormones when you try to pass it on, it may not be valid. I mean,
Maybe so. I mean, there's no telling really. There's so many unknowns. Damn it. But I liked this episode a lot because not only did we get to see like the future of where the students are going. You know, they're going to be staying in dorms at UA, but we also got to meet Bakugo's mom, which, yeah, I think she's awesome. I'd like to actually like meet her and just be like, hey, are you really like super like angry all the time like your son? And she'll just be like, hell no, I'm not that angry all the time. And then all of a sudden Bakugo will come in and be like, hey mom, where's my lunch? She's just like, buy it when you get to school. I don't know. There's a lot. Gosh, this show's expanding so well, and because not only is One for All in not only is One for All literally or All for One rather. It's all for one. Yeah, All for One is now in prison, and we got to see what that prison looks like. It looks like a pretty like, I'm not sure what it is that they're giving him that is keeping his powers in check.
Something, yeah.
Something. It has to be. There has to be something that keeps his powers in check. But effectively, we have witnessed the birth of the Legion of Doom. Instead of Vandal Savage being the leader of it now, now it's like young handyman Lex Luthor.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that he's going to be that effective as a leader, other than just the fact that, I mean, basically he's like All Might's kryptonite, where he knows his lineage now.
True.
And feels like a personal moral responsibility to redeem him instead of, arrest him and lock him up.
That's the thing. I mean, Jesus.
But it's like, I mean, All Might doesn't have powers. Like, I guarantee you, like, Aizawa's not going to feel the same way.
No. Aizawa will, like, decimate the kid.
I mean, he's going to be like, this is for my elbow.
Hata. Yeah. This is for my face.
Yeah. Well, did the Nomu smash his face?
Well, the Nomu smashed his face, and who commanded the Nomu?
Well, that's true.
Because I guarantee you, he's just going to be like activate Eraser, like, while looking at him, and Shigaraki's going to, like, try and attack him, and he's just going to be like, yeah, that's not going to work. Wow. Just like karate chop him right in the head. And just like remove all the hands from him and like bitch slap him with his own hands. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I mean, but he's got powerful allies surrounding him. I mean, Kurogiri, I mean, the infinite possibilities with his quirk.
See, I think he's the one holding it all together, because it's like, I mean, he's such a great support villain, but it's like the rest of them, I would have a hard time believing they would stay and support Shigaraki without Kurogiri there.
Yeah.
Well, he has kind of been like his voice of reason up to this point.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like his butler, essentially.
Effectively, yeah.
His evil Alfred.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kurogiri has so much loyalty to All for One that it's like, okay, this is what my master asked me to do, so I'm going to, take care of this kid.
It kind of sucks that All for One is evil, because imagine having the power to borrow quirks from people and pass them to other people.
Does he borrow them or does he take them?
He takes.
I don't know. I don't know if he completely takes them or if he can just like copy them and stuff.
Because the implication in the fight is,
but like even if he could only just take them, like say someone like Azawa's getting ready to retire and he has like a person that he's seen that has the potential to be a great hero but was born without a quirk, he could be like, please take my quirk and give it to this kid.
Because the implications seem to be, he said in the fight it was something about like his current set of quirks. So to me it seemed like when he can take it, but when he gives it, he loses it as well.
I think so. I think that's the key to it, is that.
So it's almost like he was like a curio and relic collector. So the ones he really liked, he would hold on to. But
the name like All for One to me implies that eventually the plan would be to take everyone's quirk for yourself.
Yeah,
and then like
effectively
not give them back to anyone else, but like you have to have like a
at that point you're the
a certain
nuclear deterrent
amount of backup up to that point.
Yeah, well,
like,
at that
just
point,
to be the guy that like is just like I'm gonna steal the quirk from everyone that is left in the world, and then I'll be the only one with quirks.
If you literally own all the quirks, you are the nuclear deterrent, and basically you could be a very powerful entity in a world devoid of all powers.
Yeah.
If you're the only one with it all.
It did kind of seem like he couldn't just use them willy-nilly, like, all at once. It seemed like he had to, like, consciously, like, activate certain ones in sequence.
True.
So he's not, like, you know, he can't, because it would be, like, super uber over the top if he could just, like, do them at will. You know?
I think that, and also he has the ability to subconsciously activate other people's quirks as well, like he did with Kurogiri.
The one thing that he made me wonder about too is like whenever he first came in, he used something that looked like Kurogiri's quirk. Like
he did, except
that was making me wonder if maybe he didn't have a copy of what he had. Basically,
no, he said it himself in during the fight that that power is limited. It's not like Kurogiri's. It's a teleportation that can only teleport something within a certain vicinity to him.
Yeah, I didn't know if maybe that meant that he had taken it from him at some point and was still building on it to get to the level that he was at, or if he had gotten it from somewhere else.
Because his was like a nasty sludge ball thing.
Yeah, his was a thing that spawned in sludge and just like enveloped them. Whereas Kurogiri's is something that can actually like become a solo portal for everyone else to go through, which is why he teleported them all there, and then he subconsciously activated Kurogiri's and put them somewhere else far away from the heroes. I mean, that was his plan the whole time, was to get them away from the heroes, open Kurogiri's gate, and then get them through. I mean, and plus, I guess his other plan was to kill All Might, because he figured that All Might was weak enough to where he could do it, but he didn't account for All Might using the very last spark of his power to take him out. I mean, sheesh. There's so many layers to this show, and I'm loving it. You know, there was actually someone who commented earlier in our comment section. He was saying this show is so overrated.
Yeah, I replied to that.
Yeah, I was like, this show's so overrated.
Did you see my
I have
reply?
a play. No, I didn't see your reply. Yeah. He kept saying like, I have a playlist.
Like, I built a playlist of just how like you can go through and see like all the flaws with it, and I was like, yeah, man, if you have to go and think about it hard enough to build like a playlist just to try to convince people that it's like bad, it's probably not as bad as you're making it out to be. I was like, you should probably just go ahead and just stop trying to keep people from enjoying what they enjoy.
Look, if people like, I love this show. I'm loving it so far. And if people want to just mercilessly rip it apart just so that they can ruin the fun for someone else, get a life. I mean, really, that's all I can say at this point. Get a life, because that's not fair on you. That's not fair on us. That's not fair on all the people who's watching this with us.
I just don't understand, like, why waste the time building a case to try to convince people to not watch a show that you don't like, whenever you could spend your time like going and enjoying a show that you do like,
literally,
or something.
Literally anything else.
You're literally having a sadder life because you're wasting your time trying to get people to not enjoy something just because you don't enjoy it.
Well, here's the thing: it always comes back down to it.
And the only time that I think that it's okay
loves company.
To like try, like, what has this show done to really merit like needing to have a campaign for like people to not watch it as much? Like, as far as I know, nothing. Like,
the only
if there's like a thing where it's like companies have like, you know, done shit like lie to people, like, I don't know, Game Freak, like,
yeah,
you know, in that case, I'm just like, dude, maybe you should not support Pokemon while they're lying to people and not making as good a game as they could be, and then we could get a better Pokemon game eventually.
The only thing I can think of that got like an outrage from a community about this show was the whole like breast size thing for the character we haven't even seen yet.
And we know that's just completely stupid.
Yeah, it is, because it's like, dude, you're...
somebody bring up the soundboard. Let's hear it.
Nothing wrong with anime titties.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with anime. That's what it needs to do. It needs to be like that DJ, you know, like... Bow, 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 bow. Instead, it's like, nothing wrong with anime titties. Oh, God. We need to get a copy of that from him so I can have it on the soundboard ready to go. Be like, instead, it's like, get pooped on, dude. Wait, wrong one. Oh, God. All right, we got to end this here. We got to move on to other things. But this is a good episode. I can't wait to see what's next. This was My Hero Academia. End of the beginning, beginning of the end. Yeah. If y'all enjoyed this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like. Check us out on Patreon. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
And I'm Nick.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.